Ready? Black. 15 left.
It'll be an interesting start. I feel like we're going to see both of these players be willing to play some extended rallies. Big semi-final, just find your rhythm, find your range. And if there are nerves, if you are nervous out on a tennis court, that's kind of one of the best ways to get over those nerves, is not rush and play quick, cheap points. Make the points a little bit longer. Get a sweat going a little bit. Get your blood pumping. Always seems to help.
Played twice on hard courts. Thiem beat him a couple of years ago in St. Petersburg, Russia, and he beat him in Montreal last summer easily. Medvedev won that one 6-3, 6-1. Thiem also got him on clay, so he's got the 2-1 lead. That was in Barcelona 2 years ago. So the most recent memory is a good one for Medvedev. That was part of his incredible white-hot hard-court summer last season.
Fourteen, 15.
Tell you what, we're seeing a little bit different of a Medvedev in the early stages of this match. I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's all tactical. Hearing him in interviews, he always has a rhyme and a reason why he's doing something. So he's hitting these returns deep, and he's rushing to step up to the baseline and take time away from Dominic Thiem.
Long rally. And Thiem takes the opening game. That's a really interesting question, isn't it? Who moves better? And who's going to need to move better in this match? I continue to be quietly amazed at this guy who's 6'6", can move so well, anticipate so beautifully, and cover the court, manage the court.
Yeah, no, and it's a fantastic question. I mean, I feel like defensively with those big, strong, long steps, I mean, this is how Medvedev wins a lot of his matches, a lot of his points in tennis. So I think you got to give the nod to him. Offensively, getting forehands, I feel like being able to, create space, run around the backhand and hit forehands. That's how Thiem wins those. points. That's how he wins his matches, is creating a lot of opportunity off the forehand. So I think offensively, Thiem probably moves a little bit better. Defensively, I would say Medvedev definitely covers the court better. The squeaky steps versus the boom booms.
Daniil Medvedev to serve.
Well, Rublev got sick and tired of that forehand defense. I'll tell you that. That exact same shot right there on the dead stretch, thinking, okay, I'm going to get a weak ball. And Medvedev, with consistency, puts that close to either the baseline or the sideline.
Here's what Thiem says about Medvedev as well. I would say that he comes very close to the big three players in terms of playing at his level, his top level. Doesn't matter how long, 4, 5, 6 hours. He feels that's going to be very difficult to handle. How great is it to have a reputation like that? But doesn't Thiem own some kind of a reputation like that too?
He does. You know, I mean, Thiem is a fit guy. He's got a powerful game. I will say one of the things that kind of, you know, it follows Thiem around a little bit is obviously, look, he's been kind of in contention for these slams for a while. Maybe not finals, but he's been getting to some semis for a little bit of time. And then he'll go off.
14.
He doesn't have the consistency of the big three. Nobody else does. I get that, but that's kind of his thing. If he's going to lump Medvedev in with the big three, well, I don't think Thiem has that consistency yet. Does his top game have that level? I think so. Yeah. I mean, he's proven it. He's beaten those guys.
Wow. 14. That's it. Yes. Advantage Medvedev.
It's interesting for Medvedev, you know, when Thiem has so far, it's only been 2 games in, but when he has hit his slices up until that point, he'd been kind of resigned to hit backhands and rally with Thiem. That was the first time he said, no, no, no. I'm going to run around, I'm going to take my forehand, I'm going to hurt you with it.
In the pre-match
18
on-court interview to Medvedev said, and this is my new favorite way to say this, he said he needs to aggress with his forehand.
Not regress, but aggress.
He needs to be aggressive. I get. So, of these two, who do you think needs to aggress more? Because Thiem likes aggressing too.
And I think Thiem needs to. That's how he wins. He's not going to win doing what Medvedev does, where Medvedev can win playing 20 feet behind the baseline, just scrambling and waiting for people to not miss. I think, if there's any aggressing,
to be done.
Thiem needs to make sure he's the one doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, if he keeps doing that running forehand cross court like that on the defense on the run, I mean, he's going to rival Pete Sampras for that shot, and that made Pete's day from the baseline. That running forehand cross court.
Don't you think he goaded people into hitting it there? He wanted to hit a running forehand.
I'll tell you what he didn't want. He didn't want to get in a backhand rally with anybody.
Game.
Ace ends the game. Dominic Thiem. It's his first ace of the match.
Thiem leads 2 games to 1 first set. Now 15.
And Benoit Paire tested positive during this tournament, and there was Patrick McEnroe, my friend. He's courtside for ESPN. When Medvedev tested positive, when Paire tested positive, there were a bunch of players who were also subjected to extra testing because they'd been around him, including this guy serving. There are chips in the players' credentials and in ours too, Ted, that allow people to track us. It's like, we're poodles, basically. Anyway, Medvedev said, I had no contact with Benoit. I think it's by credential. Maybe I was in the same room as he was. Anyway, he got checked by a doctor. He's had to be tested every day since then. Had half a dozen negative tests. So he had to take extra measures, but it's not like he was in any kind of a lockdown, Medvedev. He's played 5 rounds. He hasn't yet dropped a set, Medvedev. And he's only faced 9 break points. That's pretty good.
I don't think he can ask for his level to be any higher. Right?
He's won 96% of his serve games. That's better than anybody else on the men's side. Very good, and here comes break point number 10 against Medvedev's serve.
13-14.
It was a good play, too, by Medvedev. Medvedev served wide. That's always a great play when the returner's standing so far back. Hit to the open court and come in. Just did not do enough with that half volley.
Yes.
Again, serving wide. It's just playing the geometry of the court. You know, and that's true for ground strokes, too. You know, the further back your opponent goes, the more the width through the side of the court becomes valuable. Look at this, where he's standing.
Wow.
Advantage.
You don't often see players telegraph their thoughts by showing their court positioning like that on serve, do you?
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. You know what I mean? But bottom line is, when you do get an opponent that wide, it becomes positional. Even if they know it's coming, they're in such a bad position that they have to hit something near perfect to get back in that point.
So I used to tell when I did a lot of teaching, Taylor, in between knee surgeries, I would tell my students, look, on serve, okay, here's why it's so important. They're already out of the center of the court, the returner.
Yeah.
You've
right.
already got positional advantage. A reminder, if you want to catch up on the first men's semifinal of the day, and that thing was a hayride. Go to usopen.org, and they will try to explain to you how it is that Sasha Zverev came out of that one against Pablo Carreño Busta.
Left.
There's Nicolas Massou. What a great partnership he has had with Dominic Thiem.
And that just started up a couple of weeks before last year's Indian Wells tournament. And Thiem won it. His first hard court Masters 1000 event.
Thiem is jetting the ball on the left baseline. The ball was ball in. Left. Game team.
Broke open that very long rally. There's so much forehand respect on both sides, isn't there? They're both aiming at each other's backhands, but Thiem decides, all right, I'm going to end this right here.
Thiem is definitely more consistently dangerous off that backhand side than Medvedev is, but Medvedev can definitely dish out some punishment.
15-0.
Very nice couple of change-ups from Medvedev going down the tee. Obviously, he's established that wide serve. Team has to respect it.
Halt. Thirty-on. Mr. Medvedev is sharing the ball on the left baseline. The ball was called in. (30-40). Mr. Medvedev has 2 challenges remaining.
The break point thwarted. 0 for 2.
That's unfortunate for Thiem, not able to make Medvedev play a ball on either one of those break points. That's one thing that Medvedev did not experience against Rublev in his last match. Rublev dictated a lot of points for 1 or 2 shots, and then Medvedev was able to neutralize. This was a point where Medvedev hit a lot of good defensive balls, and Thiem was able to stay in front in that point. He wants to challenge his own serve.
I said it before the shot.
You did that one, and then after you asked for the shot.
No, I said it before the shot.
It's anyhow to make that one.
Huh?
It's anyhow to make that.
Oh my God.
No, don't cross. Daniil.
He's not supposed to cross the net. This is bad form on Medvedev's part.
I'm going to let you challenge that one.
Why? Because you are not smart?
Because no, it's not a question of smart, and you are not allowed to cross the net, and we will move back for that, Daniil.
Medvedev's argument is he called for a challenge before Thiem struck the return. He knew his serve was out.
I actually have experience with this
Thiem
exact
asks
scenario.
to challenge, it's a joke, US Open. We saw already what happened here. We saw already what happened in the first round. US Open is a joke, right?
No, it's not.
He gave me a code. You saw, what did I do to get a code? What did I do?
Crossing the net. You're not allowed to, Danny. You know that.
Ah, yeah, sorry. I think I killed someone, right?
No.
Sorry, I was so bad to cross the net. Sorry. My apologies. My sincere apologies to US Open for crossing the net. Oh my God.
Not just the US Open, it's everything.
Okay, but my sincere apologies to you for crossing the net. My sincere apologies, ref, for crossing the net. It's okay? It's okay? It's okay? Ah, okay.
He shouldn't be taking this to Thiem.
Sorry,
Dominic
sorry.
has done nothing wrong.
I'm not sure. He may have been directing that Thiem. I think he was directing at the chair umpire.
No, he was, but he was looking over at Dominic too, who's utterly innocent in all this nonsense.
So just so we know, we got the Hawkeye on our information, and that serve was in fact out. I played a point exactly that scenario. It was the exact same thing. I was playing against Nikolai Davydenko. I hit a serve. It was the first game of the match. I hit a big serve. He hit a return. I didn't hear an out call, and I said, wait, I challenged my own serve. It was a break point.
Right.
I was not allowed to challenge.
It's a sad story.
It is a sad story.
But that's not what got him the unsportsmanlike
No, that is true. But my story had a happy ending.
It did.
You know, I argued with the chair umpire. I changed his mind.
He's still arguing.
Can continue like this, bro. Don't stop, huh? And don't look at me, please. Because you are so good.
Oh, man. Daniil is obviously... He's way off base. It's bad form. I mean, sometimes when he does this kind of stuff, it's entertaining, it's even comical. This isn't that. And I don't know how he can be surprised at the ruling that a player's not allowed to cross the net over to the other side. I mean, that's everybody in professional tennis knows that. That was the famous Steffi Graf moment. Martina Hingis was totally dominant at the French Open, '99. And she got aggravated at a call, Hingis, and crossed over the net, and the chair slapped her around for it, and she ended up losing that match badly and crying. Graf just stayed composed, let Hingis just self-immolate. And at the end, Hingis, who was playing so well and should have won at least 1 or 2 French Opens, didn't want to be there for the award ceremony. Her mother had to drag her back for it. Team just keeps going. An easy hole for him, and now a 5-2 lead for the 27-year-old Austrian.
Team leads 5 years to
I think you can feel the wind more than supervisors in tennis, because you guys sit near the court all the time. You don't do anything. You don't do anything.
I wonder how long he's going to hold on to that anger challenge.
I think it depends how long he's losing for. Everything always bothered me a little bit more, Mary, when I was losing. Let me
Is
tell
that
you.
true?
Right? Oh, 100%.
Huh. He really had the fans against him throughout his run last year until he played in the final, and he fought so well and brilliantly and was so creative out there that he won them all back. Still some mouthing off on that last changeover. Unhappy with the chair, unhappy with the supervisor too.
I said it before the shot. I said it before the shot.
You did that one, and then after you asked for the shot.
No, I said it before the shot.
It's anyhow too late.
allow 15.
The reality is, from Medvedev, though, I think he proved last year that adverse conditions don't impact his performance at all. In fact, he gave a lot of credit to being the bad guy.
Well, yeah. I mean, first of all, last year, he wins his first match pretty easily against Gunnarsvarm. In the second round, Medvedev was cramping against Hugo Dellien. In the third round, that's when the trolling started against Feli Lopez. And it continued in his fourth round against Dominic Thiem. By the fifth round against Wawrinka, he had tape all over his body, and he beat him. And then in the semis, he won in straight sets against Grigor Dimitrov, and it was an absolute masterclass of tennis. But definitely the fans were for Dimitrov, they were for Lopez. They were for Wawrinka. And then, as I said, he was great against Nadal.
15-14.
And obviously the fans booing him did not bother him. He knew just what to do with all that. He encouraged it.
Game and first set team.
Wow. All fell apart, didn't it, for Medvedev? Medvedev spent a couple of minutes off the court. Let's see if that has improved his disposition. Gilles Servara and Medvedev have been a team since Medvedev was in his teens. He's got a small academy, Côte d'Azur.
That's it.
That is 100% the combo. Serve wide, look to take the next ball early to the open court. The depth is the great equalizer. If you are behind in a point, you're able to hit the ball strong and deep. It neutralizes everything.
First break looks for Medvedev. Was that more about team than Medvedev?
Second set.
Absolutely. Medvedev just was making good. He was making what he was doing what he does. He was making good, solid shots, but team, unlike what we saw in the first set, coughed up a handful of errors. 3 unforced errors in that game alone. That'll get you broken every time. That's like hitting 3 double faults and holding. I mean, you just can't expect that to happen. The game was not a great start, and that's what we talked about. You know, that's part of playing a player who likes to, doesn't like to, I shouldn't say Medvedev likes to, but he doesn't get hurt when things get a little out of bounds on the court.
McEnroe.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I think John, I watched a lot of him, boy. I think sometimes John, especially if he got a little bored in a match, he would just start something up to get re-energized.
And I agree with you 100%. I think that's kind of the difference. I don't think Medvedev looks for it. I think when he feels wronged, then he responds poorly. Or I should say controversially. But I agree 100% with you. McEnroe was, there was always a purpose behind it. You know, my dad would tell me stories.
My dad played him a couple of times in 1977 at the French Open, where he beat him, and at Wimbledon a few weeks later, where he lost to him in the quarters.
game, Medvedev.
But this is exactly what we talked about,
Medvedev
right?
needs
Is
to
Thiem's level, it's as high as it gets, you know, in men's professional tennis. But he has a lot more up and down, a lot more fluctuation than the big three, and maybe the next one in line behind that, Medvedev. Medvedev's level stays pretty solid.
Can I ask you how bothered your dad got
15.
by McEnroe's behavior?
Not actually, he said not much, you know,
Yeah.
because obviously Jimmy Connors used to do something similar, not in the same vein that McEnroe did, but he would engage the crowd if he saw an opportunity or needed to use that.
And your dad played at a time when Ilie Nastase was in
30
business.
left.
My dad never really complained about anybody's behavior. He just said that was part of tennis, you know, intimidating the umpires and getting calls. That was part of the game that they played. Hence the rules. Hence why it's important for the supervisor to back up the chair umpire when it's a matter of keeping rules intact. I'll tell you what my dad was most upset about was the advice that he gave McEnroe after the French Open.
Yeah, you need to tell that. You need to tell that story.
Well, it was a different generation, right? It was a different era, and it was pretty cutthroat out there. And Dad was playing McEnroe in the quarters of the French, and big point came along. I think it was break point. It was a huge point. It basically decided the match, and McEnroe gave the call. It was a bad call, and McEnroe corrected it and gave the call to my dad. Dad ended up winning the match. They were having drinks or dinner later in a group setting, and you know, McEnroe was the younger one, and my dad, being the older kind of veteran, said, "Hey,
Play the calls.
basically said, everybody out here on tour
14.
is fighting for their lives. They're hungry. There's not one person on tour that would give you that call that you gave me."
Yeah.
And so in McEnroe's book, or he credits his behavior to my dad for that one instance there. My dad denies it.
No, I was there. I actually know that that's a true story. John was only 18 years old. He was still an amateur. And yeah, your dad basically said, "Hey, that's not how we play in the NFL." Oh, sweeping backhand winner from Thiem. He's on the board in the second and up a set.
Medvedev leads 2 games to 1, second set. Love.
That forehand super late. Way behind him. That wasn't a huge return by Thiem. I was just, you know, from that angle, I was thinking, man, from that far back, he really got to hit the ball big, and he didn't. Medvedev just moved up to that ball and
14
that inside out forehand.
But isn't there kind of a latishness to Medvedev's strokes anyway, Taylor? He just waits the last fraction of a moment to declare.
No, was going to say this last match was unbelievable at changing his stroke.
Yeah.
You know, he's very good at just manipulating that stroke to get the ball that he wants.
Yes. And how much of that is just great timing?
It's feel. That's what it is.
Game. Medvedev. Medvedev leads 3 games to 1, second set.
Look, he just doesn't like wearing a lot of clothes in these suites. I mean, that's all we, you know, it's either no socks or shoes or shirts.
Right, first service.
It's home sweet home. Home away from home, right?
A sweet suite indeed. How are these suites ever going to be reclaimed by the people who actually own them?
I will say this. The players pay a lot less for those suites than the people who buy those suites every year. That's how you can tell a tennis player right there, Mary.
What's that?
Those feet. Those feet. Just nasty.
13.
He's kicking them up all right. A 3.5-hour match he had earlier today to get through the championship match. Keep in mind, here's Sasha. For so long, he wasn't coming through in the majors. It didn't seem like he was good at 3 out of 5 set matches. He got to the semis of the Australian Open this year.
14.
And now he's in the final of the US Open.
Game team. Medvedev leads 3 games to 2.
That's a pretty unique play by Medvedev. He hit that drop shot, came to the net, and then started backing up. He was protecting the lob. Normally players close the net to protect the angle.
Who between these two, Taylor, has a better developed sense of the net? Who wants to be up there more?
13.
I was pretty impressed with Medvedev's hands against Tiafoe. Tiafoe ripped some pretty big balls at him, and he showed some very adept feel to put points away and also protect himself at times. Never see Thiem have to hit too many volleys because his approach shot is so big, they don't come back. for Medvedev. I feel like one of the things that both Rublev and Thiem are kind of trying to strategize against Medvedev is just, okay, get in the point, neutralize, equalize the point to the backhand. He's not taking as much risk on that side, not hurting me quite as much. It's a good change-up from Medvedev to take that backhand early down the line, catch Thiem off guard.
Use. Medvedev.
Some big serves. That last one was biggest of the night at 127.
Medvedev leads 4 games to 2. Second set.
That quick break he took off the court after dropping in that first set really seems to have settled him.
The momentum has certainly changed.
Yeah.
And even in those first 4 or 5 games before that, the disagreement happened, you felt like the team is just playing a little bit better right now. They're just hanging on. The dynamic is a little bit different. Team's energy is down. He played that really rough first game. Blocks in the second set. 3, a double fault, 2 very comfortable unforced errors, just gifting the game to Medvedev.
Some of these backhands explode off his racket. He's so committed to it, huh?
Well, we take a look at it. High take back. Very modern finish. Old school finish used to be kind of stay sideways, finish long through the ball, through the shot, kind of point to your target type thing. Now you watch Thiem, you watch Gasquet, you watch Wawrinka, Federer. They're just flailing, chest is open. Give me as much rackethead speed as you can.
Yes. Good looking hold from Dominic Thiem, but Medvedev will be serving 4-3 when we come back.
Second set. First set, Thiem.
Was definitely on a different page than Thiem there. I actually like that point. He was complaining at the back of the court there. But I feel like him not getting in this extended backhand rally is a good thing. big miss there by Thiem. Again, just catching that slightly late. Made a lot of money. He was aiming short angle cross court on that one. It was wide open. It was inviting that shot.
Ace number 5 for Medvedev.
Again. New balls, please. Medvedev leads 5 against the
Team's got to keep trying this out, being a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more risky on the backhand side when they get in those rallies. I know he lost that point. He's just got to give it a shot to see if he can win the majority of points that way, because no matter how good a tactic is, you're never going to win 100% of the points. That's unrealistic. But if a tactic is good, you should come out, 60%, 70% on top.
Love it up.
Incredibly difficult shot. Outside the doubles line, able to redirect this ball. If that comes back into the court at all, the point's over. Anytime you see a player change tactics, like Thiem just coming forward there unexpectedly, it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing, means they're trying new stuff. They're trying to just, poke at the opponent, see what's working, but it's a bad thing saying what I'm doing is not working. So it's kind of a loss of confidence as well.
I'm actually a little surprised that it seems Thiem's energy dropped after winning that opening set.
He just lost that first game. I think he was nervous because of it. He was up a set, kind of gifted that set, and then he played that really bad service game, and he saw from the first couple of games that Medvedev came back, and he has played a better second set. Thiem's level has dropped a little bit, and Medvedev has elevated.
That's it. Game Thiem. Medvedev leads 5 against
Medvedev will serve for the
set.
second set.
First set Thiem.
change tactics again. When have we seen a point like that in these first 2 sets where he's just giving Medvedev forehand after forehand? Really thinking out there, trying everything he can. And it's those small adjustments that they can make the difference. It's better than being a robot out there. That's what I tell a lot of my students is, hey, we have the advantage. We can adjust to the situation.
Love 13.
I think that is one of the 2 requirements that I say to my players going out there. You better fight and you better adjust. You better know what's going on.
15, 13.
That's and now his fastest serve. Sorry, Taylor. 129. Some return. Wow, what a point and a break point opportunity to even this second
15,
set.
14. Thirteen, 14. Game team.
Is the break? It's 5-0.
5 games off, second set.
Well, the notes that he's taking, just got a shot at. Our team's coach is working this match.
You have to think, if these guys keep playing as well as they're playing, how many times are they going to play each other in their career?
Yes. Sasha Zverev has played Medvedev 6 times and has won 5 of them. He's played Thiem 9 times, has only won 2 of them. So he said, I guess you know who I want to play. But then he said, but Dominic is a good friend of mine. He's a bit conflicted.
Weird play from Medvedev. I haven't seen him struggle hitting the slice off his forehand. And he ran up into the court, all the way around to the deuce side and took a backhand and did nothing with it, helping Thiem hurt him on the next ball. Weird choice by Medvedev. So hard to come in on if you don't get him way far out wide, which he'll let you do it by his positioning. He'll let you get him way far out wide. But if he's kind of in that middle third, I bet you he wins 70, 80% of those points.
30 all.
Third double fault. What a time for it. Trying to hold on to this second set.
Yes.
A little Yoda look we got going on here.
It's a bad game, huh?
Advantage for Medvedev.
Really shaggy looking stuff at 5-all.
Yeah, well, again, what did we see the first game of this set?
Yeah.
Really bad game. Is that hinting at some nerves from Thiem?
Yes.
He's popped in a couple of nice looking serves at break point down, huh?
Tell you what, though, Medvedev has got his racket on both of those and not made Thiem play. He's holding his composure pretty well, Medvedev. That'd be frustrating for a guy who returns so consistently.
Advantage Medvedev. Yes.
Thiem apologizing for that total mishit on the backhand. It wasn't a special ball that Medvedev hit. I think, again, that's another tip-off that he's feeling some big nerves.
Struck right off the line, huh?
Medvedev.
Unbelievable response. Thiem's been hitting that exact forehand. I think the best I've ever seen him hit it at this year's U.S. Open. He's hit so many winners, so many big shots off that inside-in forehand.
Advantage Thiem. Use.
This all-important game is already coming up on the 8-minute mark.
Advantage Medvedev.
Sluggy.
That's more like the brand of tennis.
That's what I expected.
Exactly, and that's what I think that team has to do to win this match ultimately. And it doesn't mean if he plays that way he will win that match, but I think that's his best chance. He needs to dictate this match tonight with the forehand. That's when he's at his best.
That's what I expected, the big cuts off the forehand. It's like you're going after this tall guy. It's like chopping down a sequoia. You just gotta, you just gotta keep going, right?
Game, team.
End of this set coming up.
Team leads 6 games to 5. Second set, and 1 set to love. Love 15.
Making Medvedev come up with some great stuff, and I think Dominic Thiem did a phenomenal job recovering from what looked like a very, very shaky, very nervy 5-all game. And he loosened up, like you said, Mary, started dictating points with the forehand, and he's come out in this game looking loose, swinging free, making Medvedev earn his way to a breaker.
Whoa, team down.
Third to 15.
Immediately told Daniil he was okay. That was like a roll, huh? impressive.
14.
Here's
15.
chances for Medvedev to finish this set. Medvedev had not lost a set at this tournament to get to a tiebreak, I should say. Medvedev did not lose a set until tonight. This whole tournament.
40-30.
Some return way off the court, way behind the baseline.
Yes. Advantage, Medvedev. Led first service. Mr. Medvedev is getting the call on the right baseline. The ball was called in.
What?
Yes.
Miss if you're Dominic. Yeah, he's upset. I'd be upset too. When your opponent approaches the net and hasn't pulled you out of the court, make them play a volley.
Yes.
You establish your position, and then it's like, okay, now where are you going to go? You're going to have to hit something perfect, and even if you do, I'm going to get a chance to run for it.
Missed it.
Game. Medvedev.
Medvedev holds into a tiebreak we go.
6 games hold, second set, tiebreak. Both players receive one additional challenge.
Believe that shot.
What can't you believe, my friend?
I can't believe that he could have put that about 10 rows deep in the stadium. I mean, Daniil is so long. His legs are so long. It doesn't take him many steps to get there. And this ball's in the air too long. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 steps. And he's from 10 feet back to inside the service line.
Now what?
What happens? Challenge?
Mr. Left service line, the ball was called fault.
Daniil's been shaken. He's not sure of normal protocol now.
He doesn't know the rules.
Second serve.
his serves to be out. It's diabolical.
Tough to get
One
at
up.
Medvedev. You know, it
Mr.
just
Medvedev has 2 challenges remaining.
he's hit. So I mean, Dominic Thiem has hit some really good offensive shots, and Medvedev almost plays more aggressive when he's on the run and when he's stretching. Then when Medvedev decides to open up the court, it's so effective.
Won it on his 34th, on the 34th stroke of that rally. Whoa, that's unusual for him to be confused.
2-1. Team.
I dislike drop shots greatly, but I will say to Medvedev's
Just
defense.
you mean in general?
Oh, I don't like them.
Ooh,
Oh
ooh.
my goodness.
Okay.
Yeah, you get in trouble. Drop shots at the Den Tennis Academy, big trouble there.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It's just a bailout shot, you think?
I just think there's better options.
Okay. How do you feel about lobs?
Good.
Okay. This is a discussion at the bar later tonight.
Exactly.
3-1.
But
Team.
to Medvedev's defense, he did drop shot early and they did work. So he was going back to a winning play. The last couple of times he's gone for it, it hasn't worked out so well. But it seems like a legit play that he's talked about. I don't think it's a bailout in his mind.
So I gotta ask where you land on underhand serves.
3-2.
Yeah, not a fan. That's
Not a
okay
fan.
though. Hey,
All right.
if they work like drop shots, if it works, it works. I just feel like, you know, higher percentage to get up there and serve an ace. But if it works, it works.
Real.
Well, we'll see if Medvedev thinks he's onto something. He's coming in very early in the points now. Thiem is looking over, doesn't quite know what to think. Now, if this guy can win, if Medvedev can win this match, coming to the net, approaching, chip and charge, and just pressing forward, then I don't know what to think. Then the guy's too good.
But you say you like players who adjust.
I do. Just be cheating that you can do that much, have that much at your disposal out on the court. Djokovic doesn't even do that.
Four-three. Medvedev.
That's his 6th ace. Team's only had one. 4 shots. They're figuring Taylor a war of attrition is going to go to the Austrian as well.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Seeing Medvedev run and run and run and just keep coming back. I was thinking the same thing. If Medvedev loses the set, is it over? I was thinking to myself, I don't think it is.
Goes off.
6-5. Medvedev.
Set point for the Russian.
Six all.
Fitful, huh?
It's in pain out there.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But he'll feel a lot better if he wins these next 2 points.
Flies.
7-6. Thiem.
Great scrambling from Thiem. I think Thiem's footwork, his foot speed or the threat of it caused that miss from Medvedev. Medvedev is hitting some pretty good stuff, and Thiem's getting his racket on a lot of it.
7 all.
Thiem is doing some funny walking. Taylor. Medvedev must have noticed it because he tried to drop it again.
That was a drop shot?
Missed Medvedev is doing the ball
He's-
on the right near
I mean, he's in
sideline.
distress when he's walking. He looks pretty good when he's running.
Thiem.
Chance for Thiem to go up 2 sets.
And second set, Thiem.
1 set
7 games to
away
6.
from the US Open Championship match now.
In practice, just haven't seen enough of it work well. I've seen enough of it work not well. Like that. those 2 points should basically answer for Medvedev how he should be feeling about Dominic Thiem's heel, ankle, Achilles. Don't even worry about it. He seems to be able to move around these points just fine. And that doesn't mean that because some injuries just get worse as the match goes along. Doesn't mean that can't happen, but as of right now, it's a non-factor in these points. He's moving just fine.
Mr. Thiem is turning the ball on the right near sideline. The ball was pulled in.
Seven leads
30
from Medvedev.
Mr. Thiem has 2 challenges remaining. Use. Advantage.
I'm so surprised we haven't seen more of that play from both players. The big serve wide, take it early, open court. I think it's a credit to actually how big and how deep, how well they're hitting the returns. They're breaking up that combination.
Use.
He's definitely limping in between the points. I mean, how much ground is he covering when the points get started? But in between the points, he is not walking smoothly.
No.
Use.
Now they both got 3 double faults.
Medvedev. Game, Medvedev.
With an ace, Medvedev holds on. Start this 3rd set.
First game, 3rd set.
We'll have to watch how aggressive Thiem is going to be on these first balls, the serve plus ones. If there's an opportunity for him to shorten points and put less strain on that heel, Achilles, whatever it is, that's where the opportunity is going to be. Excellent serve from Dominic Thiem, and Medvedev's returns are just incredible. The consistency of the depth.
That's it. Left. First service. Yes.
After drilling with such length, as you say, Taylor, this guy hits so deep and so flat. Just carves under that one beautifully. Look at it, didn't he?
He did. I think it's an incredible play from Medvedev, but we'll see what Thiem does here. He has stepped up the aggression, has Dominic Thiem every big break point that he's faced.
Medvedev gets the break.
Medvedev leads 2 games to love. Third set.
Medvedev is behaving the same way Sasha Zverev did 2 sets down earlier tonight against Pablo Carreño Busta. You don't get that sense of panic.
He's had a good demeanor after the little interaction, you know, with the chair umpire and the supervisor. That first set.
You mean the one where he called it a joke US Open?
But he was sincerely sorry.
Yeah, that was extremely sincere. Okay. Yeah, he composed himself after that first set, didn't he? Left the court, came back better.
Out! 30 left.
Looks like we're going to see a lot less slices from Dominic Thiem after Medvedev snuck in on his chip backhand.
14
Hit it to himself, hit the backhand, and he missed that one. He says, I like it, I like it. Not sure he believes the chip is the way to the finish line tonight.
Medvedev leads 3 games to love. Third set.
They're both still looking for their first major. Dominic Thiem just turned 27 last week. He's 3 in a row. Daniil Medvedev is 24 years old. And he's ranked 5.
Love. Game 18.
No hold for Thiem.
New ball
A reminder,
speeds.
just go to usopen.org for point-by-point live scores and highlights, stats, and
Medvedev leads 3
an
games
update of all the
to
draws.
third
Just go to the official tournament site, usopen.org.
13.
Shaking his head at the length of shot from Medvedev, huh? Time again.
13, 15.
I'm very interested with the passing shots of Dominic Thiem. Every time that Medvedev has come in, the passing shots seem far below his skill level for an average ground stroke. Came across a couple of players like that, you know, because I chipped and tried, played a unique game for modernish tennis, and there were a couple of players out there that were phenomenal ground strokers, but because I came in, they hated it. They were better players than I was. It just was a matchup thing. But they didn't like seeing my ugly face up at net.
Yeah, all of a sudden they've got to pick up a pass, not just a ground stroke.
Right.
To that point, Taylor, I had the benefit of having had great coaches growing up. One of them was the late, great Harry Hauptmann, who used to say to us, under pressure, would you rather hit a volley or a passing shot? I knew my answer. Much rather hit a volley.
That's true.
That volley pops.
Yes. Advantage, Medvedev. Yes.
Not happy with the shoes?
I don't speak German.
Okay.
Das gibt es nicht!
verboten words, then they'll get a warning out there. I predicted wrong. I thought I saw what he was saying earlier in this set, where he wasn't going to hit too many more slices, but he has definitely fallen back heavily on that slice. I've seen more slices this U.S. Open, Mary, than I can remember. So many slice backhands this year.
Do you have a theory?
I'm never on a theory. Off the top of my head, my theory is the players had too much time off, so they were adding new elements to their game, and the slice backhand is obviously a missing component in modern tennis.
Well, you're happy to know, Taylor, that alert viewer Kohlberger knows what Dominic Thiem was saying in that last game. And none of it was verboten, unless you were the manufacturer of his shoes. Because he said, "What are these shoes? 7th time I've slipped. What is this?" Thank you, alert viewer Kohlberger. Very impressed with our viewership around the world.
Thiem slicing so many backhands, such a big number of backhands. You know, the temptation is to slice it back because nothing's happened, but the better option is to remain hitting that topspin backhand that Medvedev doing for the most part.
Yes.
So good when he does that. Look, and he's not getting that many opportunities to go wide and change direction down the line off the forehand. Off the backhand, he's getting a lot of opportunities to create that pattern. And he has that backhand down the line shot. We've seen it repeatedly. I feel like if he's waiting in this match to be able to dictate play with his forehand, and that's going to be a consistent theme, I don't know. I think Medvedev can find the backhand too often.
Yes. Mr. Medvedev taking the ball on the right center service line. The ball was scored in. Advantage in. game, Thiem.
Thiem holds on. He's still down the break
Medvedev
of 2
leads
sets.
games to 2. Third set.
Zverev awaits the winner for the Sunday championship match.
I think all that concern about Dominic Thiem's foot, heel, Achilles, ankle, whatever it was, either he's faking it unbelievably well for these 6 games, or it's a non-factor. It's feeling okay. These have been 6 really tough games. He's done a lot of running. Doesn't seem to be moving much slower out there.
13 love.
What a case. 5th of this set. First service. And game. Medvedev leads 5 games. Such a good job at spreading the
Thiem
court,
leads 2 sets.
keeping the team way behind the baseline.
First service. Level. Love.
Matches just hit the 2.5 hour mark. You would think after 2.5 hours, I would have some idea of who's going to win a match. It's not the case.
Again.
I think that's the beauty of Grand Slam tennis, the 3 out of 5 sets. All the epic comebacks happen.
Again, Thiem. Medvedev leads 5 games to 3, third set. 15 all.
He has been hitting that out wide serve on the ad side very well. I think, for me personally, I think that's the toughest serve for a right-handed player to hit. That out wide serve, fast, not the kick. The kick is the easy one to hit out there, but the fast one. It just fights that natural spin of a right-handed serve. Maybe that's why Thiem's been slicing so many backhands. Maybe he's hopeful that when he chips, Medvedev is going to chip back, giving him a slower ball so he can tee off. Because that's exactly what happened that time. And that looked intentional.
Thirty all.
Set point for Daniil
14,
Medvedev.
13. Yes. Advantage. Thiem Mr. Medvedev is challenging the ball on the right baseline. The ball was called out. Advantage Thiem.
After that long rally, Thiem beats it up with the big backhand, gets the break on his 38th shot of that rally. He's back on serve now.
Thiem leads 2 sets to love. 18 love.
Right behind Masu right now. Masu right behind him, I should say.
he wanted there. Again, he's trying to chip that. I think what the play they're trying to do is he's trying to chip that thing short and low. And if Medvedev runs up there and pokes that ball back, then he's going to take a rip and rush Medvedev because he's caught inside the court. And if Medvedev decides to chip it, then he's going to just try and smack the next ball, open up the court, and take offense that way.
Again,
that's right next to Masu.
That's it.
We talked about serving and volleying in the Rublev match, Rublev versus Medvedev. And I felt like Rublev had some really good opportunities to serve and volley against Medvedev. And that wide serve, just like that on the deuce side. Turner gives up so much ground, you can close so close to the net.
Game, team. 5 games all. Third set.
They're both showing their frustration, their anger. Medvedev in the opening set, team in this one. Neither one of them has said anything that would ever be chanted by a crowd. And now they're both settled in.
The momentum swings have been, I feel like they've been so subtle but so noticeable. I felt like this was going 4 sets for sure. If you would have asked me 10 minutes ago, like, oh, we're going 4. Team looks done. Looks emotionally done, but it just slightly swung back in his favor.
Love.
Play Dominic Thiem was trying to set up that short slice, got Medvedev to hit a slice, then he ripped the next one. But again, Medvedev's defense on that forehand side is incredible.
Game.
He just moves his way around the hard court, doesn't he, Daniil Medvedev? He holds on. Love.
Medvedev leads 6 games to 5. Third set. Team leads 2 sets to love. Love. Love.
Only his second ace. Medvedev's got 12.
30-15. $40-15. Game, team.
Good quick hold from Dominic Thiem.
Six-game score, third set, tiebreak.
He thought the ball was in and a challenge was coming. He was waiting for it.
Both
Did
players
Dominic
one
Thiem.
challenge.
I was complaining about the number of balls.
4 to the server and put 2 on the other side. But if you want more, we can pass them.
Things occur to this man at the strangest times.
Mr. Thiem is turning the
13
ball on the
days.
right far side
Thick.
line. The ball was called in.
Oh, this is wide.
Second set.
I gotta say, Taylor,
Thiem.
I may be as surprised if Thiem gets through this in straight sets than that Sasha got through his in 5.
No, it's a fair point. I think you're absolutely right.
Let's see what happens.
I don't think anybody outside of Thiem's supporting staff would have predicted 3 straight.
Thiem. Three-zero, Thiem.
Goodness,
4-0.
what a bad start to this
Thiem.
breaker from Medvedev. Incredible composure on his part.
Thiem.
But Medvedev's never out of it because of that's one of the reasons why he can get cheap points off of his serve. We know that he's been able to get his racket on a lot of Dominic Thiem serve. There's still some hefty work for the Austrian to do.
Mr. Medvedev is showing the call on the left far side line. The ball was called in.
Sure is.
5-1. Team.
How much do you
Mr.
think
Medvedev has one challenge
Medvedev
remaining.
is thinking about that tiebreaker against Rublev? Down 5-1 in that
was a
breaker as
5-1.
well. Yep.
This feels different though.
That one felt different too to me until he won it.
Yep. And he just kept going, didn't he?
Yeah.
Team.
You asked me earlier in the match who was better at the net. After watching this, Medvedev is very capable up at the net. He has played some extremely tough volleys in huge pressure situations. That's one of them.
Underscores that point you just
5-3.
made.
It's a joke.
Team.
I spent my whole life serving and volleying, working 4 hours a day to come up with stuff like this. I want to know how much practice he's put in, how much time Medvedev has put in working on serving and volleying. That was an incredibly tough volley in this moment.
Five, 4.
5-1 becomes 5-4.
Team.
He's doing it again, Taylor.
I get it.
Good heat from Thiem when he needed to break open that rally.
6-4. Team.
Match points for the Austrian. Happy on that match point.
He did not leave much in the bag on that one.
The team could still end it right here. straight sets.
3 sets to love. 6-2, 7-6.
This man had not lost a set of the tournament. He lost 3 of them tonight. He's out. The team moves on to the championship match against Sachsenberg.